Hello, welcome to Escape the Box Piano. It's Dan here. This is part 2 of my Boogie Woogie Stomp easy version tutorials. From part 1 you'll remember that we made a kind of self-contained piece of the first section of the piece, and it finished something like this. In that last bar we modified the left hand slightly. Something along those lines. What we're going to do for part 2 is we're going to continue effectively from that first section into the next section that we're going to learn here. So that left hand is going to continue on the C pattern unchanged this time. That's just going to continue into the next section. Let's take a look at how that's going to work from the end of the first section. So you can see the left hand just continued in the same way that time. Here's the second section. And that's where we'll learn up to for this part 2. I think you can see straight away that in the right hand the first half of this second section is relatively straightforward. It's just chord stabs. So we just need to look at what those chords are. And then the second half of the section, very similar to what a fragment that you've learnt from the first section. So let's have a look at the chords that we're going to play. The first one is simply C, E and G. And you're going to stab on that. And then you're going to change just one note, the E, to an E flat. And back to the C major chord, C, E natural and G. Okay, now B, D, and keep the G at the top. Now move your hand, put your thumb on G and B and D up here. Second finger on G sharp, under onto the thumb on the A. Stretch up here, G, F, E flat, thumb on the A. Bring your fourth finger in to the B flat. Now put your third finger back down on that A, and now you've got a couple of fingers here to cover the G and the C. Up here, you're going to move fourth finger onto the E flat, E natural, C, E flat, A. Bring your fourth finger down to the C, C, G, A, C. And then a stab on E, G and C. That takes you to the end of that 12 bars. You've then kind of got an interlude, a link section, and what you're going to do is you're going to move your hand up here, up the octave, and you're going to play an arpeggiated chord, C, E, G and B flat. So those are the 4 notes, and arpeggiated means you're going to play the notes very quickly one after the other. The next thing that happens after you've held that chord and paused on it, you're going to play B flat, G, B flat, G, E, G, E, C. Go over the top of your thumb onto your fourth finger and B flat, G, E, C. Looking at the left hand then, from the beginning of that section, we've got 4 rounds of the pattern on C. And then we're going to move the pattern up to F for 2 rounds. to C for 2 rounds. Up to G for 1 round. Down to F for 1 round. And down to C for 2 rounds. And then we get to that interlude section where we're going to move our hand all the way up here, and here's middle C, so we're above middle C, G and B flat. And again, that can kind of be arpeggiated. It's good to align with this chord up here in the right hand. And then you have that right hand run that comes down to C, and after you've placed your thumb on the C here in the right hand, meanwhile you've moved your left hand down and you're going to cover C and the octave below here, and you're going to place that chord. Which takes us to the end of that interlude, and then we start the third section for the next tutorial. Let's put the hands together slowly so you can see how the jigsaw fits together. The interlude. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope it makes a nice addition to part 1, which you've hopefully already learnt, and that this is additive to it. Keep an eye out for part 3, where we'll look at the next section of this great piece. And I'm going to leave you now with a Synthesia version of this piece, which may give you even more help with your practice. Good luck with it. I look forward to seeing you next time.